What's going on, Madden community? Welcome back. We hit 100 likes on the last mini scheme madness video, so I'm going to go ahead and put this next mini scheme out of the run heavy. It's only in the run heavy book. You cannot get it in MUT draft or custom books. You have to get it in the actual run heavy book, but some of these formations and some of these plays will be in other playbooks, so definitely check out your favorite team's playbook or just run the run heavy. It's got a lot of potential, fellas. There's all kinds of good gun formations. They do have a split flex. They have the doubles formation. They have the Y trio off week, just like the Saints playbook. Similar play there with the deep in. That's kind of like the sticking up. Just so much potential in this playbook that I'm actually really excited to do a part 2. So let's dive into it. Just a quick mini scheme tonight. Won't drag this video on, so stay tuned until the end, and I'm going to give you at least 4 to 5 plays. And today we're covering the Singleback. We're staying in the Singleback. If you didn't check out part 1, it was Singleback trio. We're moving on to the Singleback wing tight. Very good formation. Run plays out of this formation and a couple really good pass plays as well. And there's not a whole lot of adjustments, so quick, easy plays to mix in with the run. First play is going to be that halfback dive, just like I mentioned, out of the A slot. And you could take this thing right up the gut for a lot of yards if he's not stacking the box, if he's not playing 3-4, if you catch him in the dime, playing a lot of dime 1-4-6. As far as passing plays, the first play we're going to cover is the TE option play. Great routes here between triangle and X. I love the double post route. Those play great off of each other because it's hard to use both of those routes. And then R1's route is actually really good. And the nice unique thing you can do out of the Singleback tight is you can actually put circle on a delay fade, so he will block even though Njoku's going a route inside of Harris. Njoku still will block on the outside, which is also great for picking up like the dime 1-4-6. And you don't have to release them, so you really only send a 3, and then you have the nice check and release out of the field. And triangle was the read there, but you see between triangle and R1 you have a nice little high-low read to the left side of the field. So second play is TE option. Only adjustment here is delay fading circle, and that's pretty much it. You have an option to come back, Beckham, and smart route him, but I actually like his original route on this play the best. It's a nice drag underneath of that corner route to triangle. X is on a nice option route, so if he uses inside, he will turn into a fade, which is a really unique route. Progressions here are actually going to be triangle first. You'll be able to kind of watch him. If he's not using it, it's pretty easy to tell if the computer's going to cover that corner route or not. So hit him right out of his break. If the user's kind of drifts left, if you can tell triangle's going to be covered, I would check X right behind him and then kind of make your read between square and R1. And you could slant square. You can put him on a in route. I wouldn't smart route that in route because it's going to come right into triangle. I would definitely leave him low, whatever you do, or put a comeback over there on the left. But just one adjustment here, delay fade circle, triangle, X right behind him. You can hit that in the seam, or he will break into the post if there's a safety or a user on him. Usually he will take the post route. So let's dive into the third play. All right, boys, next play is the PA boot. Great play here. Squares route. Again, we use this in the West Coast scheme. I love this double move, man. It's an underutilized route. If it's not used, it's going to get open. Great high-low between circle and triangle. I like to do the max protect look here, especially if you send in a lot of heat. Double block R1, delay fade X, and you're already set up. So quick adjustments with this formation, and it's a power run formation. So it's something to do if someone's coming out making a whole bunch of defensive adjustments. Someone comes out in dime 1-4-6 and is really just sending the house at you. Come out and halfback dive them, halfback stretch them out of here, and then start hitting them with these really quick pass plays. It has been effective for me. Let me know how it works for you in the comments below. But this one is pretty easy. It's just a triple levels concept going left to right, and then you have the delay fade behind it. If this double square move is not used, it usually gets open after he breaks out of his second move. Just low pass it. If he remembers to use that route, which he does sometimes because it's the only route over there, it's usually your primary wide receiver. That's where you just release X right behind him, or you can easily hit triangle on the crosser. And you can throw that, that's Baker Mayfield, but if you have a good MUT quarterback, you can throw that triangle route open a lot of the times if he doesn't click on perfectly or if he's not already using it. But progressions here, just kind of watch circle first, then triangle, and then see if square's going to come open out of his double break. If he's playing man defense, all 3 might be covered, but then he's usually tied up the linebacker responsible for X on, helping on one of the routes that is actually already downfield, and you can easily release X and hit him for a nice little 10 to 15 yard gain over the middle. So let's dive into the fourth play of the scheme. Another easy adjustment, but doesn't mean it's not really effective, is the TE shake play. Look how unique these routes are. Just one easy hot route is going to give you a really, really unique route combination, but you still have the opportunity to quick hike them. So it's a TE shake. All you do here is, actually these two routes, triangle and X, play off of each other really well. So you can use these routes together, or you can streak triangle, but I accidentally left it one play, and then circle's a great man beater. That'll actually beat like a cloud flat over the top later in the play. You could kind of throw it down and away. But triangle and X kind of play really nice off of each other. Triangle kind of turns around. That confuses the user a lot of times because he doesn't see anything like that every game or ever, really. I've never ran into this play online. But that's a really unique route combination, and X kind of gets free underneath when he releases on that double move because triangle really holds the zones there. So that's the fourth play. And then the fifth and final play, we'll put it back on random here. If you have a really good athletic tight end, put him on the outside here. Put your best blocking tight end on the inside, or a fullback if you need to. And the last play is going to be called this PA Power O. You see circles route there, so a tight end on that route is actually pretty effective. That's like out and up, beats press routes, and it's going to get to a unique spot in between zones just because the angle and the nature of that route. And then obviously you have one of my favorite routes, everybody's favorite route in the game, on the left side there with that post route. So there's two things you can do with this play. You can block the running back. You could leave triangle on his route. You can flat route X, and this gets pretty interesting. Either X will come open and you kind of have a makeshift screen between triangle and circle, because triangle and circle will turn into your blockers. X will be like the running back on the screen, and you have some nice blockers to the right side. So you can hit them like this and have two blockers, especially if you have a fast tight end there. You could get a better rack than I did. I didn't even put Njoku in, but you probably want Njoku if you're going to hit the makeshift screen at the X position. But if you're going to use this circle route, you can do the same thing. Flat route X and just wait for a circle to break. There's very few zones in the game that will play circle and X's route. And if he starts playing underneath, starts playing hard flats, really starts using underneath, and you also notice he starts putting this CPU guy in a zone, maybe switches it from curl to like a vert hook, maybe this guy in the mid, that's when you leave triangle's route and streak X and just flood them with triangle and circles. So two different versions, you're just flooding them with different, but triangle was wide open underneath on the drag. But really, I guess the easiest way to explain it is to either make a choice, streak triangle or X, one of your tight ends, and then whoever you don't streak, use the other guy to flood low. So let's say you streak X, leave triangle, you streak triangle, you can go ahead and flat X. But you do have the third option of leaving, remember, triangle and X, and creating that screen. So that's the fifth play. I hope you enjoy this scheme. I hope it helps you out. I gotta bump the like volume, man. 150 likes for another part, or we'll never get out of the same playbook. You guys hit 100 way too easy. I do appreciate that a lot. Let me know in the playbook, in the comments section. I'm still looking. I'm gonna choose a random playbook for the next mini scheme madness. I really appreciate you watching, fellas. Enjoy the rest of your Madden season.